Okay, welcome in Feeling You with Vic the Brick Jacobs right there with the furry cap and PJ over here, capless. Victor, how you doing, my friend?
I'm telling you, we are witnessing the golden age of football,
Yeah,
college and professional. I, I've been watching football for many decades, as you have, as we all have. And these games just seem to be incredibly, insanely great.
yeah.
And last night's college football playoff championship
Woohoo!
game from Miami, uh, perhaps the greatest single college football play of our time and space
Yep.
from Fernando Mendoza on 4th and 4. Signetti calls, a ballsy call. Uh, Feeling, of course, Indiana had lost momentum. Miami had regained momentum. 4th and 4, quarterback draw. Fernando Mendoza gets hit by a couple guys, bangs off him, then hurls himself into the end zone. His body was open to
Oh,
every hit, got smashed, and just took the ball over the goal line for what I thought was the greatest college football play I've ever seen, PJ, as
yeah.
Indiana rolls to the perfect 16-0 season, the greatest college football story of our time and space.
I think
In
so.
Indiana University,
I
first.
mean, I think coupled with the fact that it's IU who has never won, that coupled with that play, the way it came down to the last seconds, the play you just described, which was, if you haven't seen it, you have to go see it because those twisting and turning and then catapulting himself into the end zone. And you saw the damage afterwards. He showed it on
On his
camera.
arm, yeah.
His whole arm was totally beat up. He got nailed in the back heavily. He survived, but Mendoza, 16 and 0, number one draft choice, probably going to the Raiders if they're smart, but it's the Raiders. You never know, right?
Well, he is the best player in college football.
Yeah,
Uh, 16-0.
16 and 0.
That to me is just mind blowing, considering, like you said, it's their first ever title.
Yeah,
It's a basketball school,
yeah.
but Signetti
Oh,
and the check writers in Bloomington obviously found the way to incredible instant success.
yep,
You know, Mark Cubes, scribbled out some checks, and the rest of the wealthy Indiana donors, and that's what college football is about now: is who has the most money, who spends the money correctly, and Indiana has shown America that you can be the bottom of the barrel in a sport of college football, the great sport of college football, and 2 years later win a championship, and the
yeah.
teams they beat on their way. I mean,
Oh my God,
unbelievable. From Alabama, Ohio State, Miami. These were great teams.
great teams.
Miami was a great team. Miami was a sensational team.
No schlock at all. Christo, I mean, just
Uh,
the whole thing. If you beat Miami, you deserve to
in
win.
Miami,
You deserve in Miami. Yeah, in Miami. So yeah, I mean, can't give enough kudos to that whole squad. Going to be really interesting to see how they do next year without Mendoza and see how they rebound and see who they've got waiting in the wings that can come up and play like that. It's going to be interesting.
I know they got a great quarterback in the portal already.
Yeah.
They're set up. They're
Yeah.
not waiting. They know Mendoza's going to go first in the
Yep.
draft. Hopefully, like you say, to the Raiders. He's still seeking a head coach. We'll get into the head coaching carousel
Yes.
in a few minutes. But the National Football League and the game, the greatest game I've seen, playoff game, the greatest game by a West Coast team traveling into a blizzard,
Yeah.
the Los Angeles Rams.
Yep.
Rams Bears, Paul. I mean, I was fixated. I
I
mean,
was.
that was an incredible football game with
Yep.
the ebb and the flow, the miracle play by Caleb Williams. I mean, fourth
Nobody
down.
makes that pass, Vic. Nobody
There were
makes
three
that
guys. There were
pass.
three guys on his face.
I
Three
mean,
guys
and
chasing him.
he's backing up. His momentum is going backwards, and he throws this ball 50 yards in the air right on target. I mean, I was spellbound. I just thought at that point he was throwing it out of the end zone. I really did. I knew it was the last play, but I just thought there was no way. And it goes right into his arms. Perfect throw. He couldn't even see. He was going on memory. I mean, to me, that's one of the greatest plays quarterback wise I've ever seen.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. And it was fourth down,
Yeah.
and it was there were three Rams, charging him, but his escape ability is unbelievable.
Yeah.
His playmaking ability is unbelievable. That's why the Bears, have won the record 8 games in the last 2 minutes to rally.
Yep.
No team in football history has ever done that,
No.
and they looked poised to do it again. You saw the look, you know, you saw the look on the Rams' faces.
Yeah.
You saw McVay; he was just stunned.
His eyes were just like pierced. Just they didn't even move. They were just
Uh,
affixed. And
you,
I was watching his eyes, and he was just like he was in shock after they made that touchdown.
how
Total
can a
shock.
team absorb that blow on the road in a blizzard and come back and beat that team
Yeah.
in their home at Soldier Field in a blizzard?
In a blizzard.
And the Rams, let's face it, they can talk all they want about skin suits and scuba suits and what they're
Oh,
wearing
forget
to keep
about it.
warm. It's freezing.
It's freezing.
Matthew Stafford was impacted, no doubt.
Yep.
He missed a lot of open targets. Of course he does. It's freezing. He's numb.
Yeah.
The receivers are numb. I mean, it's hard to catch hard to catch, hard to throw. The best catches are made by the Ram cornerbacks on the interceptions.
Exactly.
They made, Curl's interception was unbelievable, but to have the resiliency to absorb that blow, to
Oh,
me, the Caleb Williams touchdown, Soldier Field, foaming at the mouth.
yep.
The Bears with all the momentum, and you go
Yep.
into overtime, and yet you somehow, contain the Bears, get the ball back for Stafford to get him at the field goal range, and they win in a field goal. And it was just, I was blown away by this Rams victory. I call it the greatest performance by a West Coast team in a blizzard in a playoff game in the history of the NFL. I
Well,
can't think
that could be.
of any team going into a blizzard from LA, into Chicago, into New York, whatever. I'm thinking back in the day, Ice Bowl, Dallas Cowboys, Green Bay. But Green Bay won that game. You
Green
know,
Bay.
that was the frozen tundra. That's when it started. Started hearing those phrasing, the frozen tundra.
Yeah.
That was the Cowboys Packers game, championship game, which was like in 0 degrees, and there were like icicles in the guys' beards. But this game was nuts, and I got to give severe kudos to both teams
Both teams.
for supplying insane entertainment.
The truth is that either team could have won that game.
Oh, absolutely.
Either team. The Bears looked so good. And, to play in those conditions, even though they're more used to it than the Rams for sure, 18 degrees with a wind chill factor of 0, still, to play, if you ever held a ball that's been frozen like that, it weighs so much more than a regular ball. It's so harder. That's why these great receivers couldn't catch the ball. That's why great quarterbacks have a hard time throwing the ball. And I think that's why cornerbacks can catch the ball because it's more like a medicine ball. It's a little, they can get their arms around it. It's so hard to catch a football anyway. But I think because of the cold weather, it actually helped the cornerbacks get their hands around the ball and make some of those catches.
That's a
Just my
great point.
crazy theory, but
That's a great point. I love that.
yeah,
Also, the wind. If it's just freezing
yeah,
and it's snowing, I think the quarterbacks can do a decent job. But when the wind blows,
yeah. Oh,
that's when they have problems. And the
yeah.
quarterbacks have a lot of problems with those winds. I'm sure you saw the winds. It was kicking up at Soldier Field
Oh, yeah, yeah,
off
yeah.
the lake. And,
Big time.
just an amazing performance by Stafford and Caleb
Yep.
to provide the entertainment, which launches the Rams into the trifecta against the Seattle Seahawks Sunday in Seattle.
Yep.
That's going to be an incredible game because the Seahawks are hot. Seahawks are incredibly hot.
Yeah.
The Rams have momentum. And of the trifecta, each team has won a game. But of course, the Rams remember blowing a 16-point lead in the last game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Seattle came back. And that's how they have home field advantage from that game when
That's
they were
right.
down 16, and Sam Darnold, took them down the field. And their running game is sensational, although they lost Charbonnet, the kid from UCLA, to an injury, but they still
Yeah.
got Walker. Walker's a sensational running back. And their defense, second to none.
Yeah.
They swarm, they hit hard. Who do you like in that one, PJ?
Oh, wow. That's such a tough question. Yeah, honestly, I mean, first of all, for the Rams to play like they did, come off and win that game, you can say whatever you want. That takes a lot out of a team. It just does. I don't, you would have to be a magician, and I know McVay is a coaching magician, but still, to get his team up motivated at the level they're going to need to beat a team like Seattle, I'm questioning it. I really am. And I hate to question it, the Rams, but they're up against a super team. At home, Seattle, the crowd advantage, everything they've got going for them. It's gonna be, I mean, to me, it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up, but I'm gonna go with Seattle because it's their home field and say Seattle pulls off a win, which will make, by the way, our producer Chris Donovan extremely happy and maybe like we were talking about before we went on the air here, save his marriage because Ev's about to kill him. So this might save his marriage. So, Chris, I'm doing this for you. Okay, the game is a toss-up. The Rams could win as well as Seattle. I'm saying Seattle wins this, pinches off and it's going to be like by 1 or 2 points. That's it. That's it. I'm going with Seattle. How about you, Vic?
Well, let's face it. Each game between these two teams have come down to a field goal. Rams won the first game by a field goal. Even though Darnold had 4 picks, Seattle still was in position to win the game on the final kick, but they
Yeah,
missed it, and so the Rams won game one. Game two, Rams were up 16, and they blew it.
yeah,
Seattle came back. The Sam Darnold led them to victory. So
yep.
game three again, totally even, totally split. For Chris Donovan, I know you want to pick Seattle, and you have picked Seattle. I'm going with the Rams. I'm going with the momentum. I'm going with McVay. I'm going with Stafford having another good game without in frigid tundra-like conditions to pull it out. I think they may be a team of destiny. I think the Rams to win that game in Chicago, which was just against all odds,
Yeah.
against all odds, they came through. They have so much momentum. They could have come through relatively unscathed injury-wise. I like the Rams by 3. It's,
Okay.
it's going to be a great game.
Could
But
be a great game either way, and either way, both those teams deserve to win. This is where it gets sad because both of these teams, the Seattle and the Rams, both deserve the victory and both deserve to move on, but only one will.
in the AFC,
Yep.
New England looked good, even though Drake May looked very mediocre, to tell you the truth, against Houston. But when Stroud had 4 picks in the first half, it was done.
Yep.
It was done. I mean, Stroud was horrific. New England has momentum. New England looks great. We said it all year. I mean, Vrabel's been turned that whole thing around. From 4 wins to
Huh.
AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
New England looks great. It's they really had a pretty easy road with Houston. Everything. A lot of people were picking Houston. A lot of
Yeah.
experts were picking Houston. And let's face it, Nicki Minaj's boyfriend and New England just continues to confound the experts, and they keep winning. So
Yep.
can they continue? I mean, Buffalo. I feel for Buffalo. I feel for Buffalo in Denver. They came back. They forced the overtime, and again, it cost McDermott his job.
Yeah.
It cost their head coach his job, even though they got him to overtime. They lose again on a field goal. Josh Allen can't take them to the promised land, and Buffalo goes down. But Denver, unfortunately, lose Knicks. Now there's the X factor. Can they beat New England with their second string quarterback, um, Oprah Winfrey's boyfriend, Stedman?
Yeah.
I mean, Stidham or Jeremy Stidham. I always thought it was Oprah's boyfriend.
Well,
Bottom line is, don't count them out. Don't
right.
count Denver out. Their defense is insanely swarming, and they could steal a victory. But New England facing Stidman. I mean, Drake May versus Stedman. It looks like New England.
Yeah. As you know, I picked Denver before the season
I know
started
you love the
to get
Broncos.
to the Super Bowl. This obviously
Hunter,
is a
what a
big,
blow!
a huge blow when he breaks a bone in his ankle, nicks, and he's out for this game. And Stidham hasn't thrown a pass in a game since 23. I mean, a little scary. He's so. All that being said,
But he's a solid backup, PJ. I've done some.
he's one of the solid backups, and also a couple things weigh in for me here. One is, coaching. I think Peyton finds a way to get this done. I think that it's going to be a low scoring game. I see the cracks, even though the Patriots are doing great, in a rookie season quarterback like we're seeing, just sensational, but at the same time, I'm starting to see the cracks. I think the pressure of this game gets to him a little bit. I'm picking and sticking with Denver by 3 points.
You've loved the Bronx all year long.
Yep.
I understand. Uh, I have to go. I got to go with New England, with the momentum, with Bo Nix out. But that could galvanize the team, and I'm sure it will galvanize the Denver Broncos.
Yep.
Their defense is just out of this world, and Stidham is decent. He can win you a football game. So let's see. It's going to be a lot of, like you say, coaching will come down to Peyton against Vrabel.
Yep.
Peyton has gotten them there, but Mike Vrabel seems to be on an insane roll with New England. On the road in Denver, I'm going to go with the New England Patriots.
Okay, so we've got our matchups. You're taking the Rams. I'm taking Seattle. You're taking the Pats. I'm taking Denver.
Okay,
Let's see what
well,
happens.
it's going to
Let's
be
see what
wild.
happens.
But
It's gonna be fun.
the coaching carousel is spinning,
Oh my
PJ.
God. Well,
It's
can
spinning.
I say something about that too with the
Yes,
Bills and what
McDermott's
what he has done as a coach.
9 years,
9 years of
nine
really,
good solid years.
really solid years and having them there every year. And I understand, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. But when it comes to coaching, and this is just my opinion, you don't make a move like that unless, Vic, you've got the other guy in the background. You're saying, like, I know I'm going to take Harbaugh, or I know I'm going to take, whomever. But Stefanski's waiting to come in, whoever you're excited about. But those coaches are gone now anyway. But the point of the matter is, in my opinion, a high dollar franchise like that that's doing great, you shouldn't just pull the plug on somebody because you go, oh, well, he can't get us there unless you've got the guy that can get him there. So what have they done? They've now lessened the team by firing this coach. And I don't think they've got the answer in their back pocket. I don't think they do. I think they're looking around. They're waiting to see what's going to happen. Who are they going to put in there that you can think of that's going to do a better job at coaching right now?
I always liked McDermott. Uh, Robert Saleh has already been hooked up by Tennessee. The
Yep.
Titans, the Titans hooked him up. Remember, he coached the Jets. He was a disaster, but he's an excellent defensive coach. With the 49ers, Robert Saleh, he's already been picked up. I don't see a better coach than McDermott out there. You're right. I'm baffled by the move. I really am because
Yeah.
Josh Allen, that was his game. Josh couldn't get him there.
No.
Josh usually gets him there. You got to pin some of the blame on Josh Allen.
Yeah, you do.
It's not a McDermott thing.
Clearly, you have to. I mean, yes, you have to, if they have to assign blame, they can assign it to the whole team. But to pick out McDermott and assign it in this instance and with his background and with nobody standing behind him ready to take over, to me is nuts. It's nuts, and
PJ,
I think,
it's sickening to me how 10 head coaches were fired.
yeah,
I've never seen
yeah,
such an overhaul or such an upheaval.
yeah,
And really, some really sensational coaches who didn't deserve to be fired.
right.
So, NFL, you're pulling the trigger way too early on some sensational coaches.
Here we go.
You see the brick.
I
You
feel it.
see
I
NFL
feel it.
teams get a clue. You see the brick. It's your place on the use.
I love it. Well earned.
Harbaugh, head coach of New York Giants, $100 million deal,
Yeah. 5 years.
$20 million a year
Right.
to
Right.
coach the New York Giants, PJ.
I'd coach him too. I'd coach the Jets.
I don't think he cares if the Buffalo job was open. He
I
said,
don't
they're
care.
paying me $100 million. I'm there.
I mean, I'd coach the Raiders.
I
I
love
don't
Jackson
care.
Dart. Give me
Yeah.
some Jackson Dart. Scatterboo, give me some Scatterboo. I
Come
need some
on.
Scatterboo.
20
$100
mil a
million.
year.
dollars.
20 mil a year.
20 mil, 20 mil. Oh, what happened in Baltimore? Okay, I had 18 great years, but you know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
New York Giants, they came to play. They
Come
came.
on. Throw those dollars out. It's all about money. He just signed his retirement. You know, what is he? He's 67. He signed his retirement deal. You know, he's
Tremendous.
done.
I'm glad. I'm happy for Harbaugh. I'm
Yeah.
happy. I mean, he's an excellent coach. I couldn't believe the
Excellent.
Ravens got rid of him. I really didn't. So many of these teams are just pulling the plug. 10 firings.
Yeah.
There's only what 32 teams.
This is Vic, this is contagious. This is part of the billionaire owners that own these teams, and they in a way they see this is their chance to show who's powerful, and so they do these things sometimes, and they're not well thought out. And unfortunately, the people on the team behind them aren't strong enough to say, "Hey, don't fire this guy. Who else you got? You got somebody in your left pocket? You're going to bring in Belichick or somebody we don't know about? Who do you have that's going to take McDermott's place? Why do that? Why fire Harbaugh from Baltimore? That was crazy. That was a crazy move that wasn't earned, and they did it. Paid off for Harbaugh because he went and made, like you just said, 20 mil a season for the next 5 seasons. So some of this stuff is nuts. It's
And
just,
Mike Tomlin just resigned. Mike Tomlin said,
well, he
"Not
didn't want to be
19 years
fired.
with the Steelers enough.
Yeah.
It's my time." Did you lose the locker room? I don't know. I'm not in the locker room, but I love Mike Tomlin. The Steelers never had a losing season with Tomlin.
No.
He's an amazing, obviously Hall of Fame coach. But Tomlin's gone. Stefanski picked up the job with Atlanta.
Falcons. Yeah.
Yeah. So the guys are getting picked up. I'm happy, but listen, you can't be firing these sensational coaches. These
Well,
are sensational head coaches. I mean, Johnny Harbaugh is a sensational coach.
sensational. These are coaches that have years of experience. Yeah, you can bring in new guys that are hot at the moment. We've seen that a lot. Most of the time, that doesn't work. We take a coach, OC coach, or a defensive coach, and we put him in, and then all of a sudden he doesn't do as well. And that's a big gamble. That's a much bigger gamble than keeping a guy that has kept you 9 years in the running and then maybe hasn't gotten you quite there yet. I'd rather gamble one more year. I'd rather pull him in and sit him down and say, now listen, this is our year. We have an understanding, right? We either do it this year or not. And then during that year, I'm looking for somebody, but he also knows he's got to fire these guys up and get it done that year.
That to produce. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, so much for that. The coaching carousel continues. A lot of good coaches out there. Tomlin available. A lot of good coaches
Oh,
available.
a lot of good coaches. It
Yeah.
continues to spin, and
Yeah.
so does the mind of Rich Paul, LeBron's agent.
Yes.
It really made me nuts that he goes and starts, really not degrading, but basically, putting down what's happened with the Lakers when he has LeBron James as his client. But
Right.
to say trade Austin Reeves, he's not. This is not a championship team with Austin Reeves. Who is Rich Paul to degrade Austin Reeves?
Yeah.
Austin Reeves is a key component of the Lakers now and in the future.
Yes.
LeBron's gone, Rich Paul. You,
Yeah.
you 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 can't be attacking Lakers who are contributing. Look at your number one client in the mirror. LeBron James has to produce.
Yeah.
Um, Austin Reeves is not the problem. It's a $50 million contract of your client. LeBron James, what are you doing? So, Rich Paul, get a clue. Stop attacking Austin Reeves.
Please.
Laker fans went nuts on that,
Oh yeah.
and I'm going nuts on it. To attack Austin like that, Paul, he's had a lot of success in this Asian world, but enough already on attacking Austin Reeves. You see the brick, Rich Paul. You see the brick.
There it
You
is.
freak!
I love it.
Dog me, you.
Good shooting.
Rich Paul,
Good
what do you think?
shooting with that. Nice job.
One
Direct
for the
hit, Victor.
gong, you.
Direct hit. You're talking about Kings. What about the Dodgers and King Tuck? Another
Ooh.
king. Another king. The Dodgers just stacked the deck, Vic, even further. I can't even believe they now filled right field with the likes of Tuck. It's unbelievable to me that
Kyle
they were
Tucker
able to do that.
was the best free agent out there.
Yeah,
Once again, no one thought the Dodgers were really heavily involved because it was going to be a multi-year deal for a
yep,
10-year deal.
yeah,
But 4 years, 240.
yeah,
The Lakers had $60 million a year, some of it deferred. Otani, okay, we can pay that.
yeah,
And Tucker went for it because, hey, it's great money. It's $60 million a year, and I'm going to the greatest team in baseball.
right.
He's going to play right field. He's going to move Teoscar to left, and problem solved. So, they had a
Problem
shaky
solved.
outfield. There's no doubt they had a shaky outfield.
Yeah.
I think it was like 18th in baseball, and it was
Well, but
in
listen,
terms of stats.
it,
So any stats you want to twist, but you looked at their outfield, you could tell they needed help.
well, and shaky outfield, yes, for sure. Part of that shaky outfield, they just moved to left field, in my opinion.
Well,
Um,
and Teoscar was injured all year. I got to
he
give
was injured, but Vic, we both know he wasn't chasing balls. He didn't want to chase balls and do it. And I mean, even uh, Roberts had to talk to him a couple times about it. He'd stand there and watch balls go by him and let the center fielder get him when he was playing right. I love Teoscar as a player, as a hitter, but his abilities, we already have a designated hitter. Otherwise, I'd say make Teoscar the designated hitter. We have the Otani Son, so that's not going to happen. So, do we really need to keep Teoscar, or could we actually leverage him for somebody else? Get somebody in there to give us a stronger outfield because with him in there in left field, that's a bigger area to cover faster. And I don't think he's the guy. I really do. I'd rather see Kike there, honestly, playing left field, the spark plug. I
I'm
really would.
comfortable. I'm comfortable with Teoscar in left.
Are you?
Uh, I am because you got Pages in center, who can cover a lot of ground. Left field, you can cover. You're covering a lot less ground than right field at Dodger Stadium. And Tucker plays a nice right field. The only question with Tucker, his injuries,
Yeah.
keep him healthy, sensational.
Yeah.
What a pickup! Edwin Nunez, the great relief pitcher from the Mets, they pick up, and now they pick up the best outfielder available.
And
Again, Andrew Friedman and the Dodger Brain Trust,
oh yeah, they did a
uh,
great job. Yeah, yeah.
incredible.
Walters in the whole group.
Another incredible offseason. Uh, Stan and the boys, and
Oh,
they're just unbelievable.
and
Uh,
Kyle
keep,
Tucker is going to wear Maury Will's number 30.
is that right?
That's what I hear. And that hasn't been worn. I think ceremoniously, I think Roberts wore it for a little while and but to really wear it like that as it has his own number, because he is number 30. And I hear that the rumbles are that he's going to wear number 30.
Wow, that'll be shocking because number one, I'm a great Maury Wills devotee.
Yeah.
That number should be retired
Yeah.
already. I mean, no one should wear Maury's number, but Tucker. Hopefully, at this point, he is the most uh, coveted free agent. Dodgers got him, and they're
It
ready.
is.
They're ready for the three-peat. They're
Yeah.
ready. They have the hunger.
Yeah. But
They may make even more moves. Who knows? But that was unbelievable.
that's an unbelievable move.
And don't forget day nine sumo, PJ, in Japan. So many upsets.
Yeah. Oh,
So many upsets in Japan. Sumo, day nine. Gong Miyukes.
from three peats to 3 tons, Vic. Everything is
Kirishima.
working.
Kirishima leaves.
Hiroshima.
He's 9-1 in the 10th day.
Yeah.
Kirishima, solid sumo wrestler, but not a Yokozuna who've all lost. Ono Sato's had a bad shoulder. He's lost. I'll show you. He's been upset a couple times. The incredible Ukrainian, Shiki, he's lost a couple times. Upsets galore.
Yep.
Um, our man Ora, with the pink Muwachis, had a very tough time. The Wakataka Kage, Wakamoto brothers, very, very tough time as well. But got to give it up. This is a wide open sumo tournament, first one of the year from
Yep.
Tokyo, Japan. Enjoy. We'll keep you, on top of the action from the dojo. Hi,
Absolutely. Hot from the dojo.
hi.
What a great show. So much fun. Lot to talk about. Boy, do we have a lot to talk about next time with
Oh,
everything going on right
it's
now.
gonna be
It's going to
wild.
be sizzling. Hopefully, our producer Chris Donovan will still be with us. I'm hoping that he doesn't fade away after what happens, and I'm predicting good things will
I
happen for
know you
Seattle.
are
But
all
we'll see.
power, all power and strength to Chris Donovan, a wonderful producer.
Yes,
Yuko Sakamoto on the
yes.
gongs
Oh, Ukes, the
and
best.
setting me up. Dave Cardona, our graphics master.
Wonderful.
And thank you for watching and listening to
Yes,
Feeling You with Victor
yes.
Brick Jacobs and PJ.
Share this. Share this. Tell your friends. Let's go. Let's have a party.
And Feeling You!